morning, students. This is Sheba. Now we are going to see about the electronic devices, Unit 4, Special Semiconductor Devices. In our previous session, we have detailedly discussed about what is meant by MESFET, FinFET, PINFET and CNT-FET, and what are the applications and advantages of using this special semiconductor devices in various real-time appliances. In this session, we are going to see about dual gate MOSFET. In Unit 3, we have detailedly discussed about what is meant by FET and what is meant by MOSFET. What is the difference between these two and why we are going to MOSFET apart from FET. And here, dual gate MOSFET, the operation of MOSFET is limited at high frequencies by its high gate to channel capacitance. And so, in order to overcome this disadvantage limitation of the MOSFET, a dual gate MOSFET is proposed, which uses two gates to reduce the overall high gate to channel capacity. You can clearly see the diagrammatic representation of dual gate MOSFET. It has two gate. From the name itself, you can say dual gate. Dual means two. So, two gate is used here in order to reduce the high gate to channel capacitance at high frequencies. And also here you can see the schematic representation of dual gate N channel and P channel MOSFET with the two gates, gate 1 and gate 2, depicted in the diagram. Regarding this dual gate MOSFET, the second gate is typically operated at fixed voltage to keep feedback capacitance between drain and gate small. The voltage applied on the gate terminals controls the electric field, determining the amount of current flowing through the channel. Moving to the applications of, that is regarding the applications that are applied in real time, there are many advantages why we are choosing this dual gate MOSFET for real time applications, such as reduction of short channel effects, maintaining good electrical characteristics, keeping fabrication process and simple. Due to these advantages, we are implementing this dual gate MOSFET in many real-time applications like mixer, demodulators, cascade amplifiers, RF amplifiers, AGC amplifiers. Moving to the next topic, Schottky barrier diode. This Schottky barrier diode is also known as hot barrier diode. That is, when a current flow through the diode, there is a small voltage drop across the diode terminal. This voltage drop for a normal silicon diode ranges from 0.6 to 1.7 volt, and for Schottky barrier diode it ranges from 0.15 to 0.45 volt. And here by this value you can clearly see the voltage drop is very minimum for Schottky barrier diode, and this lower voltage drop can provide higher switching speed and better characteristics. Because of this, we are choosing this Schottky barrier diode for many real-time applications. Here you can see the schematic representation of Schottky barrier diode, anode and cathode with corresponding metal and ohmic contact region. In between you can see the semiconductor region, which is of N-type. Here you can see the symbolic representation of the Schottky barrier diode. Anode junction and cathode side is clearly depicted, and also the cross-sectional view of Schottky barrier diode is given. Moving to the working of Schottky barrier diode, the electrons of N side having low energy level than that of metal and so these electrons can't cross the junction barrier, which is called as Schottky barrier. In forward bias, the electrons in N side gain enough energy to cross the junction barrier and plunge into the metal with very large energy. They are called it as hot carriers, and so this diode is said to be the hot carrier diode. So this is the name reason why we are calling the Schottky barrier diode as a hot carrier diode, since the electrons crossing the junction are called as hot carriers. This diode is said to be hot carrier diode. And this is the VI characteristics of Schottky barrier diode, which you can clearly see in forward bias and reverse bias. It conducts with minimum voltage drop. It starts conducting earlier when compared to the PN junction diode. Here you can see the hot carrier diode compared with the PN junction diode. It starts conducting at earlier voltage itself. Voltage drop is very minimum compared to the PN junction diode. Regarding the reverse recovery time, the most important difference between the PN junction and Schottky diode is reverse recovery time. That is, when the diode switches from conducting to non-conducting state, where in a PN junction diode, the reverse recovery time can be in the order of hundreds of nanoseconds and less than 100 nanoseconds for fast diodes, whereas in Schottky diode do not have a recovery time, as there is nothing to recover, since there is only minimum drop, that is no charge carrier depletion region at the junction. This Schottky diode is a metal to semiconductor junction, and it has a majority carrier device unlike to normal PN junction diode, and it does not have any charge storage region, therefore very fast speed. The semiconductor used here is N-type semiconductor, and the region is lightly doped. It is operated at high frequencies from few megahertz to gigahertz range. Regarding the applications of the Schottky barrier diode, it is applied in voltage clamping and clipping circuits, reverse current and discharge protection, rectify high frequency signals, low power TTL logic circuits, and also as a switching devices, which switching power supplies at frequencies of 20 GHz. Moving to another major classification of diode, that is Zener diode. This Zener diode is the symbolic representation of the Zener diode, and it is a highly doped PN junction diode. If the diode is heavily doped, the depletion region will be thin, and consequently breakdown occurs at lower reverse voltage, and further the breakdown voltage is sharp, and thus the breakdown voltage can be selected with the amount of doping. If we increase the amount of doping, obviously the depletion layer will become so thin, and it breaks down at very minimum reverse voltage, that is 1.2 volt to 200 volt. This is the VI characteristics of Zener diode. You can see clearly here forward current and reverse leakage current. Breakdown voltage here is very minimum, and it starts conducting at the earlier voltage itself, and this is also said to be avalanche current at reverse voltage. Regarding this Zener breakdown, that is reverse breakdown, this Zener breakdown occurs in highly doped PN junction through tunneling mechanism. In a highly doped junction, the conduction and valence bands on opposite sides of the junction are sufficiently close during reverse bias that electrons may tunnel directly from the valence band of the P side into the conduction band of the N side. And this concept lies between the Zener breakdown. Regarding the Zener diode ratings, there are some rating concept parameters like Zener static or DC resistance, Vz by Iz, which is equal to Rz, and Zener dynamic or AC resistance, that is del Vz by del Iz, that is del Rz, and minimum Zener current, that is Iz minimum, maximum Zener current, that is Iz maximum, and maximum power of the Zener diode, that is Pz, all are marked in the VI characteristics diagram that is shown here. And another major topic is the effect of temperature on Zener diode. The Zener diode, that is the Zener voltage Vz changes with the temperature. The percentage of change in Zener voltage Vz for every degree Celsius change in temperature is said to be temperature coefficient, that is TC. This temperature coefficient TC is equal to del Vz, that is Zener voltage difference, divided by Vz of T1 minus T0 into 100 percentage per degree Celsius. Regarding the applications of Zener diode, the Zener diode or major is implemented as voltage regulators. As you can see here, this is used to regulate the voltage, that is DC input voltage for rectifier or smoothing circuit, and so it optimizes the circuit to work promptly. Regarding this topic of discussion, moving to the important questions. Part A 2 marks, write short notes on dual gate MOSFET and what is meant by this Schottky diode, what is meant by this Zener diode, and what are all the limitations of conventional diode at high frequencies. Yes, it cannot be work properly at high frequencies, its capacitance value loss, and so due to that we are moving to the Schottky diodes. Distinguish between Zener and avalanche breakdown. Yes, you have to give the differences, give the dynamic resistance along with the equivalent circuit of Zener diode. And moving to the part B and C, 13 marks and 15 mark question, they may ask this dual gate MOSFET in detail, sketch the basic construction and characteristics of the Schottky diode, briefly explain the device operation, and you have to clearly explain the Schottky diode along with its symbol, working characteristics. Draw the VI characteristics of Zener diode and explain its operation. Yes, you have to clearly explain the Zener diode and its concept of working. So this is about the topics we have discussed, and here moving to the important links for reference. This is the important website link you can refer for application oriented concepts of the ideas and topics which we have discussed now, and also suggested book reference, Electronic Devices, UA Bakshi and AP Godse, page number of 4th chapter, 11th to 23 corresponds to the topic which we have discussed now. So as I have said earlier, regarding the application, all these diodes like Schottky diodes or Zener diodes, dual gate MOSFET, etc., all these are implemented as switching circuits and also amplifier circuits. Regarding the Zener diode, it is majorly implemented as voltage regulators for many real-time application power circuit devices. This is about the topic which we have discussed now. If you have any doubts in this, you can ask me and get the details. Thank you.